Hi there, welcome to the Happy Chicken Coop YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to be talking about using sand in your chicken coop. Before we get into that, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, make sure to subscribe to our website, thehappychickencoop.com. If you subscribe using the link in the description, you'll receive a free ebook on the 10 best egg-laying chicken breeds. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. So sand in your chicken coop is a good question. Most folks use conventional bedding materials in the coop and run, spreading straw, hay, or something similar over the floors and in the nest boxes. Some people, however, use sand as flooring material. This prompted me to take a look at the positives and negatives of using sand as a bedding material in the coop and run. I will go through some reasons for and against and let you decide whether or not this is for you and your flock. So if you decide it is for you, then I'm going to go through something in the video about how to use it in your coop and which type of sand to use. Now, here are some reasons why you would be against. I would recommend not using sand in your coop. Sand has little in the way of insulating properties, unlike hay, straw, or other stuff. It can get cold in the winter. If wet, it can freeze, and it can also get really hot in the summer and possibly burn the chicken's feet. There are no bugs or worms for the birds to search for in sand, and bacteria can thrive in sand. Now, here are some reasons to use sand in your chicken coop and run. It dries out the poop, which means less host or less of an environment for bacteria to form because of the poop. It doesn't retain moisture, so it's better for drainage. It's also inexpensive and eco-friendly, and it can help your chicken have cleaner feet and shorter nails. Now, let's talk about how to set up sand in your coop if you are going to use it. The initial setting up of sand-based coop and or run is probably the most time-consuming and expensive part of the process, not to mention heavy work. You'll need to calculate how much sand you need for the given area. As an example, an area of 8 feet by 12 feet covered to a depth of 6 inches would require approximately 2.5 tons of river sand. This costs around $25 to $40 per ton. You will need a strong back and arms or sufficient funds to employ someone to do the hauling and settling for you. Obviously, before adding the sand, you should make sure your coop's floor is strong enough to support the added weight of the sand. And now let's talk about how to set up the sand in your run. If you're planning to use sand in your run, you need to prepare the ground for sand. If your run area is a muddy mess in the winter and spring, you might consider laying down a good 3-4 inches of gravel under the sand. This allows for better drainage. When the entire area around the coop and run is always wet and muddy, it might be best to consider laying down some drainage tiles first. The option is expensive, but the benefits will be better ground to walk on and fewer mosquitoes. If you haven't already sited your coop, it might be a good time to reconsider placement and move it to a drier location. Although sand is said to provide better drainage, it won't if you don't prepare the area well. Simply laying sand on top of mud may disguise the problem for a year or so, but eventually the sand will sink into the mud, necessitating new sand, costing you more money. So which type of sand should you use? In my research, I found there are several different types of sand. Who knew? Sand that is considered unacceptable for coops and runs is playing sand and sandbox sand. This stuff is actually ground up quartz, which has a great deal of dust in it, not good for you or your bird's respiratory system. This is probably the stuff that can freeze solid in the winter and cook the chicken's feet in the summer and has minimal insulation properties. Also, this type of sand should not be used in a brooder, in my opinion. There have been a few articles out there that have mentioned small chicks eating the sand and dying from an impacted crop. All-purpose sand is considered okay. The best sand to use is construction, bank run, or river sand. This stuff looks like what you would see on a riverbed. It contains multiple sizes of particles, including small pebbles, etc. This stuff is great for the bird's grit intake. Now let's talk about sand in your coop maintenance and replacement intervals. Once the hard work of laying the sand is done, maintenance is fairly basic. Most folks do a daily poop scoop and done. Some folks freshen the sand using PDZ or zeolite, wood ashes, or diatomaceous earth. It also encourages dust bathing. They can be used separately or together, your choice. If your run area is not covered, you may need to rake it over after a heavy rainstorm or other inclement weather. Otherwise, the area should be raked and turned over at least once a month to prevent compacting. You could either hand rake or use a small rototiller to turn it over. In watching my chickens, they love nothing better than a good dirt bath. I'm not sure how they'll feel about sand and pebbles. I did ask them and they were non-committal. The pro folks seem to enjoy the cleanliness of the sand type run. They say there's little to no odor, flies are minimal, and of course there's very little to compost. Admittedly, it would seem that cleanliness is a huge bonus to the chicken keeper, but I haven't met too many fastidious hens in my time. In fact, my ladies take a positive delight in messing up a clean coop and creating a small dust storm. One argument for was that it kept the chicken's feet cleaner and nails shorter. If your current run is muddy in the wet seasons, I'm sure this would help to keep their feet cleaner and in turn keep the nests and eggs much cleaner. Having fewer flies around the coop would be nice, but if you do a quick housekeeping every day by removing fresh deposits and hanging fly papers, flies should be minimal anyway. There's no such thing as a maintenance-free hen house unless you hire out the daily chores, and what fun would there be in that? Now, let's talk about some health problems using sand in your chicken coop. Now, we've already mentioned that sand should not be used in brooders due to the risk of crop impaction. Another issue is the fact that fresh poop would adhere to the sand, effectively disguising it, and young chicks might ingest a lot of poop, leaving them susceptible to coccidiosis. Some sources stated that sand was a good medium for hiding and growing E. coli and coccidiosis, yet others state it is a great medium for actually inhibiting bacteria such as E. coli and coccidiosis. Apparently, even the experts can't agree. It may be true that sand dissipates most of the poop produced, but the fecal poops will trickle down into the lower layers. Now, I'm not convinced that it will be much more germ-free than regular straw if you look deep enough. Of course, if you have an OCD personality, then whatever you choose as flooring will be uber clean. Using the wrong type of sand can cause respiratory issues for both birds and people. If you decide to use sand, make sure it's the right type, like we said. Another person mentioned the possibility of sand fleas. While true, sand fleas are not insects and will not bite humans, sand flies, however, will bite both humans and chickens and may live amongst the sandy floor if the climate is right. If you're thinking about adding sand to your coop out of curiosity, perhaps try putting it in a section of the coop and leaving the rest as your current bedding. Your chickens will undoubtedly love the new dust bath space, as that is what they will most likely view it as, and happily fluff themselves up and cover their feathers with sand. Test it out and see what works for you and your birds before committing to the new type of better. You may love it or you may hate it. So to summarize, the use of sand in poultry houses is not new. The first ever written word on the subject was printed back in 1919 regarding egg farming in California. It would seem that for whatever reason, the use of sand really didn't catch on, since most large poultry houses and the majority of backyard folks use some other substrates such as hay, straw, shavings, mulch, and leaf litter. Over the next year, I will be adding on to my coops, and I will try sand in one of the runs to see how it works out. If it doesn't, I'll just add some soil and grass seed and wait for the following spring. As always, do your research ahead of time. It may save you money in the long run. Each of the reasons put forward for the for or against perspectives have merit. Some of them are overstated, so it's up to you to look carefully at each one, decide if it's valid for you. Many of the folks who had used sand and who were generally unhappy with the results had used the wrong type of sand, hence many of the complaints: too wet, frozen, cold, etc. If you decide to use sand, as always, do your homework and choose the right item for the project you have in mind. Do you have sand in your coop? Let us know how it works for you in the comments below. That's going to do it for us here at the Happy Chicken Coop. Thanks for listening. If you find our content interesting, if you learned something new, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, and that'll do it. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.